Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Knessa coming to you from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com on this, the 23rd day of May in 2023. Sure hope you're enjoying your Tuesday, no matter where it is you are in the country. I'm a couple minutes late. I apologize for that. But as you do each and every Tuesday afternoon, you welcome me into your home so that I can bring you this week's newspaper. And you will not have seen the paper yet. We have our new printer beginning with us this week. The papers will be starting to circulate on Wednesdays at around, let's say 1:30, 2 o'clock each week now. So that's going to be a sort of permanent thing there where the papers will be delivered on Wednesdays. So you'll be able to see the paper when it comes out tomorrow, and make sure to check out your usual places and newsstands for that. But on the front page this week, this was a great piece that one of our good friends, Laura Compton, wrote. Laura lives in Lyndhurst, and she teaches in the Harrison school system over at Washington Middle School. And she wrote about the Gifted and Talented program in the Harrison School District. And two of the teachers who I want you to read about in this week's edition took a group of kids to Harvard University, and they have been to other Ivy League schools. One of the girls who is a senior this year is going to UPenn, University of Pennsylvania, an Ivy League school. And it's just a great story about how sometimes you just never know how much a student's value is, and that in Harrison, while it may not be the wealthiest community in the world, there are some wonderful success stories of students who are doing so darn well. These kids are really, really kicking butt in Harrison. And there are two teachers who work in the school system as well who ran this trip up to Harvard and who really believe in the kids, really. And Laura just encompassed it beautifully in the story that she wrote, and I hope you'll check it out. It'll be on newsstands tomorrow, but it's also online right now at theobserver.com, and it's really just remarkable to see really how well these kids are faring, and that there is one who is going into the Ivies just coming up in the fall, and there probably will be many, many more to come. So a great story there, and a great word of thanks to Laura for putting this together and for doing a tremendous job. If you don't know Laura, she's one of the few people in this world who I've ever known who is a prolific painter, drawer. She's an artist and an excellent writer, too. Usually you're good at one or the other, but not both. She has them both down pat, and we're very lucky to have her writing occasionally here for us here at The Observer. So be sure to check it out, pages 1, 2, and 3 of this week's edition. We have the police block. Let's see, what is this? I can't remember. Oh, no, this is a story from the Bergen County Prosecutor's Office. This guy, Condit from Lyndhurst last year, you may remember he held police at bay for 30 some odd hours, but he's since pled guilty to arson and a couple of other charges as well, so he's probably going to wind up doing some time. That was a crazy story that day, because for 30 something hours he didn't want to give up, and it was because a judge had ordered him to surrender his firearms, and I forget what the reason was at the time why the judge made this decision. It's a very rare thing for somebody's firearms to be taken away from them. But in this case, the judge deemed it necessary. He didn't want to give them back. And then while he was outside, he shot off a flamethrower at the SWAT team that was on the scene to protect the community. And when he was there, they had to shut down most of the neighborhood. So people weren't able to get in and out of their houses for almost an entire day, really. So wild story there, but he has been brought to justice. Indeed. On page number 5, a somewhat somber holiday coming up with Memorial Day, but we pay tribute to those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. and you'll see some of the towns that have done ads and messages on page number 5. Joanne Barton, our good friend Joanne, has a story on a concert she went to starring the Village People. And she brings up the terminology Disco Inferno, which is kind of ironic because at the concert, the fire alarms went off. Fortunately, there wasn't any kind of inferno, but it did interrupt things for a while. Many of you will remember Governor Jim McGreevey. Well, Governor McGreevey, of course, as you know, is involved with the New Jersey Reentry Corporation, and I believe there's a location right here in Kearney as well, among others. And Governor McGreevey and the NJRC and the Archbishop of Newark, Cardinal Joseph Tobin, have gotten together for this one-of-a-kind program. I don't think there's any other that I know of, but there's certainly no others in New Jersey, where in the Archdiocese of Newark, anybody who is a parishioner at a parish in the Archdiocese who is 18 or older, who needs any kind of services for addiction, will be guaranteed to get it within 48 hours. Anybody who knows anything about addiction will be able to tell you that oftentimes one of the greatest challenges when an addict is in dire need of help is finding a bed, finding a location for a detox. Well, because of this innovative program between the governor and the cardinal, within 48 hours, anybody who is in need of addiction services will get it. And there's all sorts of possibilities here, too. We're not talking just outpatient treatment. We're talking about inpatient treatment, counseling, medical detoxes that don't require people to suffer with withdrawals. So I really hope you will check that out on page number 8. And I'll be honest with you, we wrote an editorial about it because it is a very, very rare program. It's very forward-thinking. And as much as I don't like to use the word unfortunately, but it is unfortunate that a program like this is necessary. It is necessary, and it is wonderful to see that Governor McGreevey and Cardinal Tobin have joined forces, two very powerful organizations, to pull this new innovative program together. And remember, if you are a parishioner in any parish in the Archdiocese and you are in need of help beginning July 1st, if you're an addict, that help will be available. All you have to do is tell a parish priest. They're going to be trained as well in this area. We move on to the sports section this week. There are 3 sports stories, including Harrison winning a county title in volleyball. So congratulations to Nick Landy and the boys volleyball team over at Harrison High School. He's got another story, and an athlete of the week does Jason Bernstein, so I really hope you will read that. There are some great things happening in the area athletically. And of course, as we do each and every week, there are 2 pages of classifieds, plenty of apartments, job opportunities, things of that nature that you can take advantage of on your own. Now, just one housekeeping item. Since we will be closed on Monday for Memorial Day, this means that you will have to, if you are submitting a classified, get it to us by 2 o'clock on Friday of this week. And if you need, for whatever reason it is, to submit an obituary, we're going to need those by 10 o'clock on Friday. All the deadlines are moved up by 1 day. We will be closed on Monday. We will reopen Tuesday, May 30th at 10 a.m. But in the meantime, those are the new deadlines for just this week only. And while I don't like to say happy Memorial Day, because there's nothing happy necessarily about remembering those who gave of their lives, I do hope that each and every one of you have a chance this weekend to spend time with your families and your friends and your loved ones and get a chance to remember all the good things that we have in this world, thanks to all of the freedoms that we've been given by members of the military. So that'll do it for now. We will be back 1 week from today, and when we get back, If anything happens, of course, before that, we will let you know. From the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com, Kevin Canessa signing off for now. We hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Take care, everybody.